Hey, what's up, YouTube? Well, I gotta take this opportunity to make a video before the sun gets too bright. You know, this is that perfect window of time right after my dad leaves, but yet right before the sun gets bright, so that I'm not a silhouette. But I really wanted to kind of pick up where I left off. I mean, I know you're probably thinking a 25-minute video is just ridiculous in and of itself. You know, what more could I possibly have to say about the subject? But the answer is lots. Okay? I just could talk for days about that subject and just never be finished. I don't know why. I really don't know what it is. It's like for every one thing I say on YouTube about it, I probably have a dozen thoughts. Okay? And what I want to title this video is Age Appropriate Things. Okay, I was unable to, in that long video yesterday, get into, more discussion on t-shirts and why I absolutely will not wear Rugrats t-shirts or wearable Rugrats merchandise or really any other cartoon merchandise. Let's say it were Dennis the Menace. Okay, I still would not want a t-shirt with Dennis the Menace or Charlie Brown or any other group of characters that are underage, really, or any characters whatsoever. Okay, and the reason is because, as I've stated before, it just doesn't flatter my body. Okay, the way that I'm built just doesn't make me look good in such clothing. And, I just feel like, it's just not dignified, just because something fits you does not mean you should be wearing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there are clown costumes out there that would fit me just fine. But you know what? I'm not going to wear them because I'm not a clown. Okay? I'm sure there are bunny costumes that would fit me, but I'm not going to wear them. So, anyway, I have no use for merchandise that you can wear. And, I'm really having a hard time thinking of anything that I absolutely need, involving those characters or really any other. Because when it gets to the point that you're parting with things on eBay that you cherished for so long, just because they're not quite as good as some of the newer things you've more recently bought, you need to stop buying, okay? It's that simple. I need to stop buying crap like that, okay? And, like I said, I really think the only value that this reboot will really have for me is in the way of potential merchandise. And even then, it's very hard for me to think of something that I absolutely need or want as a 38-year-old woman. I just don't, I don't see the value in it. And I cannot imagine seeing more value as time goes on. It's like, I'm not quite 38 yet, but this summer I turned 38, as depressing as that is. I know. I'm basically as old as my mom was when she had both of us. Okay? So that's pretty sad. And believe me, my mom was not looking for children's toys and shirts featuring children's cartoon characters when she was that age. Okay? So, as time goes on, you even know how depressing it is to realize, just how close to 40 I am. And to realize that people that were born in my decade, the 1980s, are already there. And, it's just so depressing. So I really don't see the value of a lot of that stuff going up in my life. And since I thankfully don't have kids, a lot of it having to do with all the things that I learned from those websites that I talked about yesterday. I don't have a need for it in the way of giving it to my kids, okay? So if anything, that sort of content, I certainly have no use for such clothing. okay, because that is just not the kind of clothing that I wear. And I will not allow comments on this video or any other, which I don't quite understand why all my videos have thumbs downs. You know, I really don't want to disable the ratings because I feel like it's bad enough that I have to disable comments, but I'm not exactly sure why. Almost every single video I ever post gets at least one thumbs down, okay? And the reason I allow ratings, I will not allow comments, but I do allow ratings, for the simple reason that I do get thumbs ups. So, yeah, it might suck to get a few thumbs down, but the joy of getting a thumbs up is what causes me to allow them, okay? So, you know, I'm just not exactly sure why almost all my videos have a thumbs down, whether or not they mention the things I've been talking about, okay? So, as I progress in age, which unfortunately everybody does, I really don't see an increased need for the things that I've been talking about, okay? And if anything, I might see a decreased need. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope it doesn't ever come to this, but I might actually get so fed up with this subject matter, or I might lose the obsession just like I've lost all my other obsessions, and I may look back one day and say, wow, that is so freaking embarrassing. I want to get rid of all the merchandise that I had dealing with that show, that movie, and so on, which I really hope that I will never part with my Rugrat dolls as long as they're able to be kept. You know, I really don't, because I've talked about why they're special. But as far as new merchandise, it will be very hard for me to want anything that has those characters on it, especially if they're significantly different from what could have or would have been manufactured in the past. You know what I'm saying? It will be hard for me to get into things that look significantly different, just like All Grown Up, okay? Simply because it isn't nostalgic once it changes, okay? And the other thing I'd like to talk about for the 50 billionth time is how they never seem to make Rugrats merchandise. And I kind of, you know, as long as my video was yesterday, I stopped short of finishing a sentence about how Angelica's body is kept in a shroud of mystery, as I've stated before. You know, her whole body is like, I don't know, I mean, yes, there are episodes where she's in her bathing suit, but you never see her in anything less than what is covered by a bathing suit, except for that one hallucination I've talked about before in Slumber Party. And that probably created a backlash. But the thing about Angelica is that not only do you never see her, and I'm not even, and you know, disclaimer, I'm not suggesting that she should be, okay? I am not suggesting that they should use that cartoon, you know, to try and change how people think, because, I mean, really, I mean, I don't even like to see boys without a shirt, but I certainly don't like to see girls, if you know what I mean. So I really don't think they should show her nude. I mean, no, they shouldn't. But I cannot help but notice the fact that never in Rugrats history is she ever shown to be in a state of undress. Like how does she even get the blouse over her big head is what I've often wondered. You know, I mean, with a doll, and the thing about the dolls is, as much as I love my Angelica doll that I've had since 8th grade, she cannot be undressed beyond, you know, her blouse and leggings, which you can clearly tell that it's leggings and not a pair of blue pants or tights. Okay, so you can remove her purple dress, but you can't remove anything else. Okay, and that's fine. I mean, I don't mind having a doll like that. But in the future, you know, if I'm going to buy additional Rugrats merchandise, it would almost have to be something more interesting than that. You know what I'm saying? If it's just, stuff that I already have, or it's not even as good as what I already have, I don't foresee the need to buy anything in the future. And hopefully I won't, because I already have too much stuff. I mean, look at this place. It looks pretty much like a natural disaster has been through here, which is why I can only take videos in certain places. So yeah, it's like, it just makes me so mad. I just cannot quit saying it over and over again, that these stupid people that would like to say that she didn't crap her pants, in the third movie or any other episode, any other time. As I've stated before, I mean, she is never seen in the process of getting undressed. I mean, yes, there are episodes in movies, pretty much all of them, where she goes from one outfit to another. One scene she's in one outfit, next scene she's in another. Okay, but they never show the process of her going from outfit A to outfit B. And I can't help but notice that, and it's pretty much the same way with the other characters. Okay? And I'm not necessarily saying that they should have, or that they should in the future, but she is never seen, getting undressed or actually using a toilet. So, as much as these stupid people that I've talked about, that are probably thumbs down my videos, they're probably thumbing them down, as much as they would like to say, that she's potty trained or that she wears real underwear, they don't have any proof of that. What proof is there is what I keep asking. What proof is there that she wears real underwear and keeps it 100% clean? Because that is what I define as potty trained. I mean, you have to wear real underwear that a college student would wear, and you have to keep it 100% clean at all times. Okay? So, they have no proof of it. And all of the merchandise, as cute as it might be, featuring her pretty much has her in non-removable pants and clothes. And I'm not saying that that's a horrible thing, or that, they should be able to all be stripped down nude, but, the mere fact that there's just this shroud of mystery surrounding her body leaves plenty of room to doubt that she is toilet trained, let alone that she kept her pants clean at all times. In all those movies and episodes where she literally gets thrown around like a rag doll. So before I make another 25-minute video, I'd like to end it with that. I'm not convinced that she's potty trained or that she was able to clean herself like an adult. So quit trying to gaslight me.